Hello, my name is Andrés Polo, and this video is about the article Object Identified and a Cross-Reference Management in Multi-Level Integrated Data Platform for Power Dispatch. The dispatch of electricity is the activity of satisfying the demand of electricity of all users connected to the transmission system with energy from power plants. This activity in Colombia is supervised by a private body called EXEM, to which the generator reports the energy that was purchased by traders through contract and how they will meet the agreed demand. The dispatch of electricity of China, of which the article speaks, is divided into a geographic region with voltage of 2000, 2000, and a whole 17 prefecture with voltage below 2020. The prefecture is homologous to the region in Colombia. The Asian culture itself requires maintaining a transparent system. To keep a consolidated database of this is important for those involved, where you can with the machine the status of this and how each process is carried out. Historically, there have been four industrial revolutions. The first, to mechanizing the system so that these were not measured on force, for example, to system with pulleys. The second, for the mass production with steam or coal machines that helped in the processes. The third, for the automation of processes with the help of electronic components. And the fourth, for the remote control of processes and optimization by code. The type of industrialization that we are living has driven wireless communication system in industry. This is the pillar of the article presented at the International Conference on Information Management 2012 by Minjin et al., where they established a type identification to a centralization database of machines and their parts in the process of generation, thus maintaining a reporting in real time and maintaining a standardization of information, known as standardization, the standardization of names. Some handle the same name to devices that have the same technical specification. The method used by the authors to name the process was carried out through the IEC TC57 and IEC 61670 standards to develop a centralized database for anyone involved to know the status of the process of which it is part. The IECTC 57 standard is responsible for providing the standard of electrical engineering from the name of device, safe standards, the quality of the device, amounts, and other needs. And the IEC 61670 standards provides the standards of the interface of application programs from energy management system, all in order to generate a cross database of electrical machines that are part of the generation systems. The interface consists of naming instrument process name and capturing it in a database where all those involved provide information and feedback. The intention is to take advantage of the data provided by those involved and put in contrast with the existing information in the database, thus creating or updating class, with the dilemma that not all instruments are properly standardized, and is a problem of translation in terms of processes. The plus point is that because they are across reference machines, such as transformers, on the age of 220,000 1000 voltage are in the geographic area and prefectures. This may be created by the geographic and used by the prefectures. The database is designed for a control depending of the type of area, where high voltage systems are configured by geographic system and low voltage systems are configured by prefecture system. So to configure the voltage are first configured from the geographical and then a call is made from the prefecture. So the control of provinces. A geographical is similar in the Colombian system from the generation to the distribution system, and the prefectural control will be from distribution to marketing. The acceptance of a new object is given from the central information. So first, you cannot add as many objects as you can imagine. And secondly, only who has the master control will be able to modify the objects already admitted to avoid trying to duplicate the work. So everyone involved will have the same access to the interface, but when accesses will not have the same option. The good side is that you will have a visual access to everything installed, regardless of the level of access. The article states that the storage of object identifier consists of encoding rules, object identifier data, and cross-referencing data. The content of encoding rules include common information model class, type codes, encoding path, number of object code digits, definition of characteristic properties, among others. The object identifier data includes object identifier on the platform in the characteristic properties. Cross-reference data includes object identifiers in the application systems. This translates to a system where the database has a reference market to identify the components to be entered, and the components to be entered must have the same reference market for comparison. Thus they conclude determining that the system is optimal, viable, and applicable to any type of centralized office by the characteristic expresses and giving an article to find the codification of development to test it, being that they use an intermediate software called Common Object Request Broken Architecture or CORBA. The success of this system is in the collection of information. For let us, the article states that if you need to collect information for 110 kV to 550 kV power system, with this interface will only be required to retrieve information from 220 kV to 550 kV system of the geographical areas and the information of 110 kV system of the prefectures, which is information that can be used to make projection, evaluation, and growth of entire system, all thanks to the centralized database of dispatch activity, and thus depending on how short are the labs in which upload the information generated plans. This will allow the different plans to enter the interconnection system to meet to demand, thus streamlining the process, such as having the necessary energy of the RAM between hours, because not all hours consume the same demand. Also, so that in case of emergency, how now to give a quick response, regardless of the magnitude of the damage. Likewise, the interface will behave as a logbook, which will speed up the investigation of inconvenience present in the interconnected system, such as the interruption of the electrical system, which involve Colombia court fines and penalties to those who incur. A small-scale application of centralized system is the supreme platform of the trading company of Atlántico Magdalena SR called AIRE, where although it doesn't manage the service of supplying electricity, it is used for the development of the construction of network, maintenance, and various requests. The part of the construction of network is divided into two parts: the planning of the work and the execution of the work. In the planning, an executor must be based on the name of the poles, discriminate that main or secondary structure, where the main structure are the poles that have medium and low voltage, and secondary structure are those that are only for low voltage and retaining. The name of the materials, machines, and works are given by a system called construction unit (UUCC). In the planning the works to be with the details of materials and projected. The list of materials is passed to inventory. They are added to the resident engineer, and when executing the work, evidence is left from Supreme. Adding component that is need and notification about the plan. The maintenance area is a signal cost of energy recovery and non-arrangement in the starting circuit, which upon completion of the work must leave record what was done. This platform for the action of the market fulfills the function of the centralized basis for generation in the dispatch of energy of which the article speaks. In conclusion, this interface, by its characteristic, is a preamble of an interconnected system through Internet of Things in the energy dispatch, making a more dynamic system where new rules of the game will be established to reach a point of optimization, reaching a high efficiency and reducing costs for end users, as well as enhancing the relationship of projects that are more in line with the Industry 4.0 request, generating of an intelligent control or Wi-Fi control to be a different process within a generation, as well as generation greater transparency of the part of the plan toward the end users. Likewise, cross-referencing system will be able to give those involving more detailed market information, thus making this change more dynamic because they generate better offer with respect to the other and give an overview of the system to those interested in being part of this.